So as we move into the final rest weekend of the Rugby Championship 2024, I'm thinking of the questions that could be answered in these final 2 rounds. Let me know what yours would be. But number 1 is South Africa are good. We know they're better than Australia, they're better than New Zealand, but can they put that complete performance together? A complete performance which I think they have in the tank. The majority of South Africa fans have been saying they've been good but not at their best. They were better than Australia, they were better than the All Blacks, and they deserve 4 wins out of 4. But we haven't seen that super slick handling performance. We haven't seen that inventive backs attack quite yet. They're looking at it. We know they've got the Kiwi coach Tony Brown in there working with them, trying to take their attack to the next level. We saw some complicated launch plays that didn't quite work in round 3. Indeed, one was an interception try. In round 4, the wingers didn't quite get into it. The power game won them the game, but they haven't quite put it all together. Good set piece, no problem there. Some beastly defence, maybe a little bit frail around the edges maybe. Kick chase game though, fantastic. So this joined up attack, that's what I'm looking for. Can we have a total rugby performance in one of these final 2 rounds? So my second question's another Springbok question. It's can Rassie Erasmus pull off this double rotation in the Rugby Championship and still win the thing and get the depth in his squad as well? He changed 10 players from the first Australian game to the second one, and he'll probably do a similar number of changes as he goes from round 4 to round 5. He's already changed the squad, and it's going to be absolutely fascinating to see if he can rest these star players, get experience for the others, and still win that game against Argentina and maybe win the final one in South Africa as well when those guys come back in. So can he pull it off? Now, question 3 is about the All Blacks. They were actually pretty close to South Africa. They weren't the best team, but fairly close. So the question for me is, where exactly is their level with this new Scott Robertson team? It's tricky to know. We don't know exactly what their best team is yet, and we'll talk about that in another video. So are they still one of the best, or have they actually slipped down a bit further in our subjective categories, if you like? If they come back and crush the Aussies 2-0 with a dominant display with some really quality rugby, I think maybe you say, yes, they're still just about in that top level category, along with the likes of Ireland, South Africa, etc. maybe. But I think they do need to show a bit more slick innovation, the stuff that they've been known about, especially in the back line. Maybe that's what Liam McDonald was there for, but of course he's not there anymore. Ironically, they could do with Tony Brown maybe at the moment as well. Plus, the impact off the bench has been very, very poor. So I think they've got to step it up a couple of levels at least against the Australians in these 2 games to say, yes, we still are in that top tier. Question number 4 is, can Argentina get some consistency in their game, or are they going to be an up and down team based a bit on emotion, a bit like France used to be, and Argentina is a team that you don't know which team is going to turn up. So if they are really strong against South Africa twice in a row, maybe they can say, no, we're not just purely an emotion team. Certainly emotion helps, and that second half against Australia was phenomenal. When it was looking pretty close in the first half, they just came alive and crushed Australia, forced them to absolutely fall apart. So can they show they've got consistency, or are they really only at their best when the emotion is really high? And we know that maintaining emotional energy from week to week just isn't possible in a long tournament. And then talking about Australia, are they actually in a dire state, or can they become a respectable team again? I mean, for the first half of the last round, I was about to write that Australia are back. That slick handling, that beautiful skills, it was there with some great tries. And then they fell apart, forced to fall apart, as I said, by Argentina. So these Bledisloe Cups against New Zealand, they're going to tell me where they are. If they can compete twice, maybe not win, but if they can compete really, really hard, maybe they still are a decent team. If they fall apart under the pressure, then it's back to the drawing board. They do have some players missing. The Wright brothers as such, Liam Wright, the original captain, he's a big bruiser, flanker, he could be really useful. Fraser McWright is a fantastic open side, as is Tizano, I think, so they could have 2 there. Their best second row, in my opinion, Salakai Lotto, wasn't playing in the last round. Rob Liotta, when he's fit, could be a big test-level bruiser as well, and some more overseas help wouldn't go amiss, most notably Big Will Skelton in the second row. So I think there is a good team in there. Can they put it all together in these final 2 rounds, or will they get smashed and fall further down the world ranking and further down subjective tier lists? So those are my top 5 questions that I want answered in the final 2 rounds of the Rugby Championship. Let me know what yours would be down below, and I'll catch you next time.